And we are back. I did some, well, planning as to the character names. Pretty sure there was some way to rename the characters now that I've come up with possibly replacements for them. No, not that one. Why would chunk this character? Okay, have control I is change of image. Then how do I rename them? Hold on, this isn't what I planned. Is there really no renaming option? Surely there must be. Well, I could possibly edit them straight into the save file. There's no way of doing it in-game. Well, we won't be renaming them then for the near foreseeable future. And I did some digging in the hint book, and things are a little bit more complicated than I remembered them to be. I think I said it out loud in the first recording patch that when we got the key from the Kobold Chieftain that it was one of 8. That's not actually quite true. While it is one of the keys, the total number of keys that are required is 13, not 8. So basically almost double of what I remembered them to be. So yeah, the game just got longer, I suppose. I also, well, snuck a peek on this dungeon map here. Of course, it did not really specify what kind of treasures are found where. But yeah, I have a rough understanding of the layout. And I think we fled from a demonic encounter, or rather we chose not to enter previously, and now I think that I might be willing to give it a try. And let's actually equip some of our ranged weapons. And cast some buffs on. Or fail to cast them on. She seems to be hating me today. And I think demons are fairly resistant to magic and the energy types, so it doesn't really matter what enchantments we cast. But let's use fire weapons this time around. We have 3 ranged weapons at least. And if you're going into the melee with the demon in question, I might want you to have as much armor as possible. So now you have 9 points of armor and 5 defense, which should be as much as I can provide right now. Unless, yeah, the cape is still something that you can, in fact, wear. So 10 points of armor. It should hopefully be enough. I probably want the fight to be in the open, so that my range attackers will be able to, well, blast. And we are looking at a shitloads of shaman who might be casting spells eventually. And as for my guys, I think I'll make unaimed attacks initially against the demon. I'd rather connect with my attacks than deal sick amounts of damage and not connect. And that's actually a pretty big chunk of damage that the attacks are doing. And this might even kill him, I suppose. No, not quite. Right, so you're so heavily equipped that you're not actually capable of moving that fast. I might need to haste you. And guess we could start trying to blast the shaman. Oh, the demon bled to death. So close to dying. Well, that means that I'll be equipping the normal weapons and engaging in some close combat slaughter right now. I don't like to waste my ammo when I might need it later. And you don't need to use the iron cutlass against these guys. And saber is actually a cutting weapon, not impaling. Yeah, let's use the saber for... Sorry about... Let's use the saber for now. Because fencing type attacks are more accurate than normal. I think they have plus 10 to the attack roll. As does brawling types. And I think knives have plus 5. And single-handed swords maybe had plus 5 or plus 0, so we'll aim at neck because it's double damage with cutting weapons. The wild killing attack, which I thought might have been up to random triple, is actually up to random double only. isn't that great. Of course it's as accurate as normal attack, so that's the good part about it. Takekusoku seems like a heavy leather armor type. And we won't be picking up the daggers because they are waste of space basically. But we will pick up the spell books. And if I remember correctly, you could get something by searching this altar here. Severed head. Weighs 5 pounds. Does that sound normal to you? Or I could have sworn that you would have found something actually valuable here. But maybe I just misremembered it. Right. So I think we want to get onto the other side of the river because there are some interesting spots there to explore. And some very dangerous spots as well. And those are not huge spiders, but we'll hopefully be able to fight them here. It might provide us with a natural bottleneck. Like this. So these are giant spiders, not huge spiders. And I think they're quite a lot meaner than huge spiders are. I think you can enter the water squares, but you get penalized for it if you don't have a decent swimming skill. But I might be wrong about that. And let's use the flash, which we haven't used in a while. Of course it won't really hurt these because the saving throw is made with hit points, I think. And because they have so many hit points, they are unlikely to check unless I damage them first. Well, this might be dangerous. Luckily, the pathfinding is not the best. Or we could be screwed faster than we're getting screwed right now. Oh, one of them is blinded now. That's a good thing. 2 blinded. actually you can enter the water. Maybe I was just misremembering some parts of this game. Maybe there was some underwater area that I thought had some swimming related things in it. That might have been it. Thing. Yeah, this might end the combat. Indeed. No items to loot. But I think there's nothing else here. It's basically a tomb. And let's disarm the traps and unlock these. So, money and what's in the casket. Nothing special. And no secret doors either. Okay, that's possibly the easiest of these things here. I think the middle one is the hardest, so we'll enter it last. But I think there's a shadow in here, which is an undead creature. Yeah. Or is that a wraith? Is it not going to come over the web? Damn. That means that if I enter and start in the webbed square, my party might be screwed from the get-go. But I don't really see any other way of dealing with this. I should have possibly just barged in. Well, this is nasty. Right. Silver weapon guy is stuck in the web. There's shitloads of white heading our way. Yeah, I think I need to redo this combat. I'm woefully underprepared. Yeah, I think I would just want to connect. haste the priest so that they can have multiple attempts at turning the undead. But things are not looking very bright right now. Yeah, this shadow will probably die if I land the firebolt on him. I'm more concerned about these two whites here because they might choose to move northward and then slip on the ice and connect with my casters here, so this one might have to die. Actually, it does seem like I managed to turn the tide with those successful must turns. And yeah, the parry formula is basically opposed strength test, and the defender has a bonus, I think. If the strengths are equal, then the parry always works, I think. But because the enemies in this game tend to have ridiculously high strength values compared to the party, then parry does not work against all enemies. Oh, that's a nice scroll.